You bought the expensive, brightly colored development toys. You are sitting on the floor, making funny faces, singing songs, desperately trying to get a smile out of your baby. But your baby? They are looking completely past you. Their eyes are locked, wide open, tracking something absolutely invisible on the blank ceiling or the spinning fan. You wave your hand in front of their face, nothing. They don't even blink. Instantly, your mind goes to the dark place. You think, why are they ignoring me? Are they seeing ghosts? Is this an early sign of a developmental delay or autism? Mama, take a deep breath. Your baby is not broken, they aren't ignoring you, and they aren't talking to spirits. They're actually in the middle of a high-intensity, Olympic-level brain workout. Today, we are looking straight at the neuroscience of why babies are utterly obsessed with the ceiling and what is actually happening inside their minds. Welcome back to Baby Mind Chronicles. Today, we're decoding the mystery of the ceiling trance. By the end of this video, you will understand the concept of high-contrast vision, the psychological reason your baby needs a break from your face, and how this quiet staring time is actively building their future attention span. To understand why your baby loves the ceiling, you have to understand how poor their eyesight actually is when they're born. A newborn's vision is around 2200. That means everything beyond a few inches from their face is a blurry, messy, chaotic watercolor painting. Their developing visual cortex struggles to process depth, textures, and subtle colors. But do you know what their brain can see perfectly? High contrast. Where the dark shadow of a wall meets the bright white paint of a ceiling, that is a sharp, hard line. Where a dark wooden blade of a ceiling fan cuts through the light of a light bulb, that is an explosion of geometric contrast. To you, it is a boring white ceiling. To your baby's developing brain, that edge is an absolute masterpiece. Their eyes lock on to those high contrast borders because it's the only thing clear enough for their brain to actively practice tracking. It's literally a primitive gym for their optic nerve. They also track micro-movements that your adult brain completely ignores. Heat rising from a vent, dust motes dancing in a sunbeam, or subtle shadows shifting as clouds move past the window. Your baby's brain is processing the physics of the world for the very first time. They are totally transfixed by the magic of movement. The second reason they stare away from you is actually a defense mechanism called cognitive offloading. Moms take it personally when a baby looks away from them. We want that sweet eye contact connection. But scientifically, the human face is the most complex, overwhelming visual stimulus on the planet. Think about it. Your face has moving eyes, opening and closing lips, shifting expressions, changing tones of voice, and complex emotional data. When your baby stares at you, their brain has to work at absolute maximum capacity to process all of that input. Eventually, their system hits overload. To prevent a total sensory meltdown, they actively look away. They choose a blank, boring wall or a plain ceiling because it requires zero emotional processing power. It's a mental palate cleanser. It's the biological equivalent of your baby putting on noise-canceling headphones and closing their eyes for a quick mental break. They aren't rejecting you, they're resetting their system so they can interact with you again later. So when you see this happen, the worst thing you can do is force your face back into their line of sight. If they look at the ceiling, let them have it. If you jump in and shake a toy to snap them out of it, you're overriding their natural self-soothing mechanism, which can trigger the exact overstimulation meltdowns we talked about in our last video. This brings us to a massive benefit that most parents completely misunderstand. Staring at the ceiling actively builds your baby's attention span. In psychology, we call this sustained attention. A newborn's attention is naturally reactive. If a loud noise happens, they look. If a bright light flashes, they turn. Their environment completely controls them. But when a baby willingly chooses to lock their eyes on a static object, like a light fixture or a pattern on the ceiling, and holds that focus for minutes at a time, they are transitioning from reactive focus to active internal focus. They are practicing holding a thought. They're firing up their prefrontal cortex. This quiet, uninterrupted trance time is the structural foundation for their future ability to focus on a book, sit through a class, or play independently with blocks. By leaving them alone during these staring sessions, you're allowing them to build a powerful attention engine. It's like independent play for infants. They don't need toys yet. The architecture of your house is their playground. So, when should you actually be concerned about a baby staring into space? The ceiling trance is perfectly normal from birth all the way up to around 4 or 5 months old as their visual tracking stabilizes. You should only take note if your baby is older than 6 months and never makes eye contact with human faces, prioritizing objects 100% of the time. Or if you cannot break the trance no matter what you do. If a normal baby is staring at the ceiling and you clap your hands loudly or pick them up, they should break eye contact and respond to the disruption. If they completely freeze, stare blankly, and do not respond to physical touch or loud sounds for long stretches, consult your pediatrician to rule out absence seizures. Otherwise, enjoy the quiet moment. Mamas, I want you to look at the floor right now. Look at all the colorful toys scattered around that you feel guilty your baby isn't playing with. You don't need to buy the whole toy store to make your baby smart. Human evolution designed their brain to learn from the simplest things around them: shadows, lights, and corners. You are doing a beautiful job, and your baby thinks you are absolutely fascinating, even if they need a quick mental break on the ceiling every now and then. Let's take a deep breath together to close out our session today. Unclench your jaw, drop those shoulders down, inhale deeply, and exhale completely. You can step off the guilt treadmill today. The village is always open for you. Have a beautiful, peaceful day.